Okay, what do we have for today? This is a wild olive, and what I wanted to do was to show you the results of air layering. This was one of my attempts at a split trunk style. Well, I did it maybe 15 years ago, and it was okay, nothing very thrilling. But what's happening is it's kind of healing, so you don't see the split anymore. What I do was to restyle it. Then I realized that it's got some nice features, but also needed some major change. That's why I'm going with this air layering. Okay, as a review, air layering is to get part of a trunk, or in this case the main line, to re-root. So I put this growing medium, which is in my case the same soil that I normally use. I put a scar on it, and hopefully that it will have re-rooted. Now everybody has their own technique, and I've tried numerous techniques, and I found that this pot on the branch or trunk seems to work best for me. So anyway, this is going to be almost like Christmas. We're going to take that off and see if it made it or not. It could be great toys or tools, or it could be underwear. Okay, ta-da! Okay, now it's out of the can. You can see that it's rooted okay, I guess. So, it looks pretty good. All set to go. But there is one thing that I want to show you that you should learn to do when you get. Okay, now what we want to do is make sure you thin this out so you cut down on the transpirational loss. Always do that when you have an iffy situation. Okay, at this point, there's a couple things you should remember. Now, it looked like it was fairly well rooted, but it has to support all this foliage. So remove as much of the foliage as you can without ruining the shape. So you could see, going back, that I took off about 2/3 of the foliage, yet I have the tree. That is one point that you should keep in mind. And the other thing is, make sure that you go find a spot where this will not be disturbed for about a half a year to a year. What happens is, if you rock this, then you'll damage the young root that is coming. So make sure that it's in a well-protected area for at least half a year. 1 year will be better. And that should help to guarantee. Okay, actually it doesn't look so bad now, but what I'm going to do is to go ahead and split this into two. Cut just the bottom part, only about 1/3 or half, and then I proceeded to use this chisel. And this chisel has no sharp end. So what I'm trying to do is to split these two rather than cut, so that it'll look a little more natural when we get to the next phase. Well, how did you enjoy today's program? I took one that was okay, but kind of losing interest, and made it into 3. Actually, I got a couple more ideas. These little chunks that I took off, I'm going to plant them and there's a small chance, well, maybe 40% chance of success. So actually from 1 to 3 or even 4 or 5. But anyway, that was kind of the example of air layering. So if you enjoy this program, please tell your friends and subscribe. So this is Hiro Matsuda saying goodbye, and I'll see you again in another